Your brakes probably feel completely normal right now. That's the dangerous part, because there's a fluid inside your car that quietly gets worse every single day, and most people never change it. No warning light, no weird noise, no obvious symptom. Then one day somebody slams the brakes on the highway and the pedal suddenly feels wrong. Not because the pads failed, not because the rotor's cracked, because the fluid itself failed. And what really bothered me when I learned about this is how avoidable it is. We're talking about a maintenance service that usually costs less than 150 bucks, but ignoring it can destroy brake components worth thousands. And somehow, almost nobody talks about it. Dealerships barely mention it. Most owners never check it. And some cars are driving around right now with brake fluid that's already deep into the danger zone. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how this happens, why it's dangerous, how to test your own fluid in under a minute, and the exact number that tells you when your brake fluid is no longer safe. Because honestly, this is the kind of thing people usually learn after something expensive or dangerous already happened. Let me ask you something. When you bought your car, did anybody actually explain brake fluid to you? Not oil, not coolant, not tire pressure, brake fluid specifically? Most people are sitting there thinking, honestly, no. And that's exactly the problem. Because brake fluid is one of the most important fluids in your entire car, and at the same time, it's probably the most ignored. Here's what it actually does. Every time you press the brake pedal, you're creating hydraulic pressure. That pressure travels through brake fluid inside the brake lines, pushes the pads into the rotors, and that friction is what stops the car. So the fluid is doing serious work every single time you drive. Now here's the part most people never hear. Brake fluid constantly absorbs moisture from the air, even if you barely drive the car, even if the vehicle just sits, through seals, through microscopic openings, through normal exposure to the atmosphere. You cannot stop it. That's just how brake fluid works. And for the first year or two, it's usually fine, but eventually the moisture level keeps rising. And that's where the real problem starts. Because once water gets inside a system designed for high heat and high pressure, the entire behavior of the fluid changes. And this is where things start getting dangerous. Here's the part that freaked me out the first time I learned it. Fresh brake fluid has a very high boiling point, usually somewhere around 400, 450, sometimes even 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds extremely high, but brakes generate insane heat. You know those long downhill exits where traffic suddenly slows down and people ride the brakes the whole way? Or stop-and-go highway traffic on a hot summer day. That heat builds fast. Brake rotors can hit several hundred degrees in seconds during hard braking. Now, imagine the brake fluid inside the system already absorbed moisture for 3 or 4 years. That boiling point starts dropping, sometimes dramatically. Now, instead of boiling at 450 degrees, the fluid might boil around 250. And once brake fluid starts boiling, you get vapor inside the brake lines. That's the critical part, because liquid compresses differently than vapor. So when you hit the brake pedal expecting the car to stop, the pedal suddenly feels soft, or worse, it keeps sinking. And what makes this so dangerous is the car usually felt completely normal right before it happened. No warning light, no grinding noise, no dramatic symptom, which means a lot of people don't realize there's a problem until the exact moment they need the brakes most. And honestly, if this is already making you rethink your maintenance schedule, hit the like button, because this is exactly the kind of stuff most car owners are never told until it becomes expensive. But the boiling point problem is only half the story. The next part is what actually destroys components. Most people think old brake fluid just causes soft pedal feel. That's bad enough. But the second problem is even worse because you usually can't see it happening. Water inside a metal brake system means corrosion, brake lines, calipers, ABS modules, master cylinders, all metal, all exposed to contaminated fluid under pressure and heat. And rust inside a brake system doesn't announce itself. It builds slowly, quietly, year after year, until eventually something fails. And when brake components fail under pressure, it's usually not gradual. A brake line doesn't politely warn you 2 weeks ahead of time. One day it works, then one day it doesn't. And now, instead of paying for a brake fluid flush, you're suddenly looking at brake lines, calipers, ABS modules, master cylinders, maybe multiple components at once. That's where repair bills suddenly jump into the thousands, all because moisture was sitting inside the system for too long. And the people who end up with those repair bills usually say the exact same thing. The brakes felt completely fine. That's what makes this problem so deceptive. It hides quietly until the system finally reaches its limit. So now the obvious question becomes, how do you actually know if your fluid is bad? Thankfully, there's a very simple answer: 3%. That's the number. Once the moisture content inside your brake fluid reaches around 3%, the fluid is considered compromised. At that point, change it. No debate. No waiting another year. No, it still feels okay. And the crazy part is, you can test this yourself in under a minute. Brake fluid test strips cost like $5. Seriously, you open the brake fluid reservoir, dip the strip in, wait a few seconds, and it tells you exactly how much moisture is inside the fluid. That's it. No guessing. No hoping. No, maybe it's okay? And honestly, I still can't believe more people don't do this, because we're talking about one of the cheapest maintenance checks on the entire car. Meanwhile, people will spend $2,000 on wheels, $500 tinting windows, or thousands modifying exhaust systems, while driving around on brake fluid that hasn't been changed in 6 years. And if you're wondering about normal intervals, most manufacturers recommend flushing brake fluid roughly every 2 years or 30,000 miles. But honestly, that's not a magic deadline. Humidity matters, driving style matters, heat matters, mountain driving matters. Some cars need it sooner. And the craziest part? The cars most at risk are usually the ones nobody suspects. The highest risk cars are not always the oldest cars, and they're definitely not always the worst looking cars. Honestly, some of the most dangerous brake fluid is sitting inside cars that feel completely normal. Used cars are a huge one, especially vehicles bought without detailed service history, because if nobody can prove the brake fluid was changed recently, you should assume it needs service immediately. Cars that sit unused are another major problem. A lot of people think, well, I barely drive it, so the fluid should still be good. Not necessarily. Brake fluid still absorbs moisture even while the car sits. And older vehicles with aging rubber brake lines are especially vulnerable because tiny cracks and deterioration allow even more moisture into the system over time. But the biggest trap is still this: cars that don't show obvious symptoms. Because most drivers assume if the brakes feel okay, everything must be fine. And that assumption is exactly why so many people ignore brake fluid for years, right up until the system finally gets hot enough or corroded enough for something to go wrong. So now the question becomes, why is something this important barely talked about? And honestly, the answer irritated me. Think about how often you hear reminders for oil changes, tire rotations, air filters, and batteries. Now think about how rarely anybody talks about brake fluid. There's a reason for that. A brake fluid flush is relatively cheap, usually somewhere around $80 to $150. Low parts cost, low labor, which means it's not a huge moneymaker for most shops, so it often gets skipped or forgotten or quietly pushed aside. Meanwhile, the repairs caused by neglected brake fluid, those are expensive. ABS modules alone can cost over $1,000. Master cylinders, brake lines, calipers, that's where the real money starts. And I'm not saying shops are trying to sabotage people, but I am saying the system doesn't exactly incentivize aggressively reminding customers about a cheap maintenance service. So consider this your reminder, because this is genuinely one of the cheapest ways to protect your brakes, your safety, and your wallet. Here's exactly what I would do after watching this. First, check your service records. Find out when the brake fluid was last flushed. If you can't find proof it was done recently, assume it needs attention. Second, buy the test strips. $5, 30 seconds, complete answer. Or ask your mechanic to test moisture content during your next service. Any decent shop can check it almost immediately. And third, if the fluid tests high for moisture, just do the flush. Don't wait for symptoms. Because the entire problem with brake fluid is that symptoms usually show up after the fluid is already compromised. That's what makes this different from worn brakes, noisy suspension, or failing bearings. Brake fluid usually stays quiet until the exact moment you need the system to work perfectly. And that's not the moment you want to discover the fluid failed years ago. Honestly, this is one of those maintenance items that completely changes how you look at cars once you understand it. Because now every time somebody says, "My brakes feel fine," you realize that doesn't actually mean much. And if this video helped you, subscribe, because this channel is built around exactly this kind of stuff. Hidden problems, expensive failures, and the maintenance nobody talks about until it turns into a disaster.